All right, everybody, thanks for staying with us. We are taking your questions right now for veterinarian Ryan Steen. Thanks for coming in today. And you have Cookie.
Cookie, yep. She's out at Cedar Rapids Animal Control looking for a home. She's a 2-year-old terrier mix, spayed female, so she'd be a good addition to someone's home. Animal Control, they're closed today till 1 o'clock, so if people want to call out, need to wait till after 1 to talk about Cookie.
Okay, and she's obviously a small dog, so she'd be easy to take care of and take along for
real pleasant demeanor too. So.
Okay, well, we have a caller on the line with a question for you, so let's get right to that caller. Go ahead.
Hi, I have a 3.5-year-old cat, small cat, and she's weighed 5 pounds consistently. She seemed healthy, and I've had her into the vet. It's probably been about a couple years ago, but I've noticed her drinking a little more water the last 3 days, maybe. I know it's been hot, but also today she laid down to go to sleep and was just kind of staring before she went to sleep. And about maybe like a ½ inch of her tongue was sticking out. She wasn't panting, but her tongue was just sticking out with her mouth closed. And I went over and petted her, and she went back to normal. But I just wondered if this is anything to be concerned about.
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily to be terribly concerned about, but at least worth checking into. Increased thirst is a symptom of a lot of different conditions. Some of them are mild issues, you know, a urinary tract infection, things of that nature. But some things can be serious, diabetes, kidney disease, things along those lines. So definitely something to go see your veterinarian. Some blood work probably is going to be in order, and probably urinalysis. So I'd go ahead and get right in.
Okay, we have another caller on the line. Go ahead with your question. Are you there? Well, sounds like we're having some audio issues with them. But one thing I would ask as a kind of a follow-up to that last call that we took, how much water is enough of an increase? I mean, you know, right now my dog is like in and out the door, you know, because we have a fenced-in backyard. So he's constantly outside, and then he comes in and drinks. But it's like she said, it's hot out, you know, this time of year. So how much is cause for concern? Yeah,
I think typically if it's, I mean, we can do measurements as if you have some suspicions, if we know the weight of the dog, we can do some little equations to figure out exactly how much they should be drinking, and then you can do some measurements at home. So if we're ever in question, we can kind of figure that out. But for just sort of rules of thumb and that kind of thing when you're kind of watching, I mean, I think if it's noticeable and it's persistent, then it's probably something to have checked into. You know, obviously just like people, if they go out and they're exercise, they're going to be thirsty and may chug up on a little bit of water at that time. But if you're noticing day after day, you're noticing a dramatic increase in water consumption over previous experiences, I think at that point it's time to go see your veterinarian.
Okay, some good advice as always. Dr. Steen, thanks for joining us today. And Cookie, again, available at Cedar Rapids Animal Care and Control. They open at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Thanks for coming in. Coming up tomorrow, our financial expert will join us to talk more about some common mistakes retirees make with their finances. Stay with us here on TV9.